Hey guys, today we're going to draw this really cute fish. Now a few things before we get started. I want you to try holding your pencil towards the center, and much more importantly, I want you to hold on to your pencil really loosely, and that way we can erase our guidelines. I'll see you in a bit. Welcome to Drawing with Danny. This channel is not about teaching you how to draw particular things. It's about teaching you how to draw so that you can draw anything. Okay, let's go ahead and draw this really cute fish. Just a reminder, hold your pencil more towards the center, and much more importantly, hold on to your pencil really loosely. Okay, so we're going to be using shapes to draw the fish as opposed to lines, and we always want to start with the largest shape. And the largest shape, as we can see, is the shape of its entire body, which I would characterize as a sort of a football-shaped oval. Now about this football-shaped oval, it has much more arc or curve across the top than it does at the bottom. And as we're drawing the largest shape, always be mindful of your position of the shape on your page. For example, if I drew it too high, then I wouldn't be able to draw its hair. I'll call it hair, it's actually a fin. So keep that in mind. So this top part has much more of a curve, and the lower portion is a little flatter. And also see the angle that I'm drawing this as. So if you follow me from the top edge of my paper, as I pull my pencil down into my paper, we can see that the angle of its body goes like this. So we want to kind of, he might be swimming to the top of the ocean for, to go to the grocery store or something, I don't know. Okay, so see how we got more arc here, a little bit flatter there. And I can, just because I drew this initial shape doesn't mean I have to stick to the exact shape. For example, see, I could go like this and make a change. And that's why it's so important to always make sure that your lines are nice and light. So I'm now going to erase the old line, and I'll just go with that. So now let's go ahead and draw its eye. And its eye is a big oval shape, or circle, either shape. Either shape would be fine. Now if you've seen my videos before, you know that I love, in fact I'm going to make it looking a little bit more in this direction. I love sort of giving this different expression to my characters. Okay, and I also love floating eyebrows. He's got a couple of those up here. And he's got a smaller eyebrow on the other side. Of course, you know that it's smaller because it's on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the little cheek that partly overlaps the eye. And that just involves drawing a curved line. Now let's go ahead and draw its lips. So the upper lip I would characterize as a triangle, what I call a soft triangle. At least this part's soft because it doesn't have hard edges. And then we have sort of a curved square underneath. So let's go ahead and draw the triangle so we can see the angle of it. It goes upward and around like this. See this? So I call it a soft triangle. So now this part has a little bit of a curve to it. So I'm going to curve upward like that as I reach the starting point. See that? A little bit of a curve. And if I made those too big or too wide or too long, I can always make changes. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now we have this square underneath that I would characterize as sort of a curved square. So we're not going to draw it straight. It has curve on that side and on this side actually. So see the curves that we have going on. And then I'm going to erase this line and add the oval inside. Now the oval is going to be positioned closer to this edge of the mouth than it is here. See how much space there is between here and here? And as I go on this side, it's going to be less space between here and there. See that? So now let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and draw these bubbles because I think I might forget to draw those. And those are just circles. one slightly bigger than the other. And by the way, notice how now I'm holding my pencil closer to the tip, because when you're doing detailed work or smaller work, you tend to hold it like that because you have more control. But otherwise, when I'm doing sketching, I always suggest holding your pencil more like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make these curved rectangles inside the bubbles. There we go. Now let's go ahead and draw the fin. And the fins are, at least the larger fin is a trapezoid shape. And so let's see, it has a little bit of a curve to it. So I'm going to go like this and go down a little bit, just a little bit. So now I'm going to curve down this way and back up towards the starting point. Now, as I make my way to the starting point, I'm going to purposely make my line closer to that, thereby making this part thinner than that part, or more narrow. There we go. So now I'm going to make this little wrinkle underneath, this little curved line like that. Now, so obviously the other fin is going to be a different shape because it's partly overlapped by this bigger one. So it's going to be a little bit of a triangle shape, and I'm going to draw that a little bit shorter than this one. So if we wanted to, we could draw the lines through the fin. I think I'll leave mine lineless just to make it look different than the reference. So there we go. And now let's go ahead and draw the hair. Now let me show you a really nifty trick, okay? Because it's all about giving yourself guidelines. So check out this guideline we're going to give ourselves, or at least I'm going to give myself. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle extending from the body. See that? Now I'm going to use this rectangle as a guide, and when I finish, I'm going to erase parts of it. So you want to do this really lightly. Okay, so now I'm going to make let's call these hair extensions, and they're triangular shaped. So this one kind of goes like this. And I'm going to use that rectangle as a simple guide. So for example, now as I approach it, I'm going to make sure that, see, it has a straight line. I don't want any straight lines. So I'm going to curve around like this just to touch the edge of it. And I'm going to curve up to make the second one. So see how I'm using that as a guide? So I'll do the second, what I call hair extension. And I'm going to use this part as a guide. I'm just going to touch the top of it as I get ready to draw the third hair extension. And by the way, you can make more or fewer hair extensions if you want to. So see how I'm using it as a guide. And then you'll notice that, and I'm going to change this last hair extension. I'm going to make it go down instead of up, like that. So now I'm finished using this rectangular guide. So I'm going to go ahead and erase it. And when I do, you'll never know that I had a guide that helped me draw my hair successfully. Or fin, whatever that is. Fin, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw the back tail. And so I would characterize that as two flattened football-shaped ovals. So we're going to extend a curved line out from the back edge of the body, or the back end of the body, like that. Then I'm going to go underneath the curved line. So now I'm going to go ahead and go underneath the body to finish the lower portion of the tail. And I want it, of course, about as long as the upper portion. Establish that, and I'm going to go right towards that line in the middle. I've got his tail drawn. So keep in mind that if your tail doesn't look the way you want it to, you can always make changes. In fact, that applies to every part of it. So now I'm going to go and erase all of my lines that I don't need anymore, and make it darker, go over it with Sharpie, and that's our really cute, adorable fish. Thanks for joining me today. If you guys have any questions about today's video, please leave them in the comment section below. About this video, remember to share, subscribe, and thumbs up. And I'll see you next time.